What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm here again with another reaction. This is gonna be my first time kind of doing this too. We're gonna be reacting to the Fnaf 2 trailer, and then I'm gonna try to break it down as best as possible, you know, tell you my theories, my thoughts. So if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, just let me know in the comments below. But with that being said, let's hop into this. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so
you wanna
Governor doesn't wake up in bed, right?
It's
Bad
always the
dreams?
same.
Okay, so I think that's gonna be the stand-in for the Fnaf 4 house, bro. Has to be. Are those the blueprints for Freddy? Okay, all right. I'm not gonna give my thoughts, opinions until after.
Until you deal with some of the mess you left in your head.
Okay.
My father was a monster. You know that.
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing that I knew she was murdered by him.
Are you ever gonna go back to Freddy's? I mean,
Well, there's always that one cliche kid that's like, "Are you ever gonna go back?"
Where are you gonna run to?
Whose voice is that? Oh my God! They brought out the withers.
With my sister.
Oh my gosh,
Half
they
of
look
this town will
sick.
be dead by morning.
Come on, give us one little snip at that. Okay. Wow, we have a lot to unpack here. Oh my gosh, bro. First off, the first thing I notice is this is amazing, bro. The wizards look amazing, dude. Like, oh my gosh, bro. But you know, we're gonna get to it. So obviously, you know, it wakes up with the cliche. I've been having dreams, nightmares about this. So this is obviously going to be after she had a nightmare. And this might be after the scene where she's running as a child. Like that might happen, and then she wakes up, and then later that night cuts to the day and she's telling Mike about it, right?
So tell me about your bad dreams.
So yeah, so they're having dinner. That actually looks like a nice Italian place. Like that place looks fancy, bro. But yeah, so ew, what the heck? There's like 2 kids. So there's a portrait with 2 kids. I wonder if like if Evan Afton is going to be a thing. Like I wonder if that's what they're alluding to with this.
Always
That
the
would be
same.
crazy. So yeah, so here's another thing too. It seems like they're making William Afton be the one to make the animatronics, because if I'm not wrong, I believe it was Henry Emily that made Freddy and the idea of Fredbear and stuff. But now it seems like it's going to be William Afton for the movies. Meaning, you know, and then yeah, he walks in. This is obviously him. This could be maybe the first prototype of Freddy, I want to say, but like the eyelids look like more yellow than blue, but I mean at the same time it looks like or not blue, brown, but at the same time it does look like a very light brown, and then the blue eyes. But we'll have to see. So right here, right? Hold on, let me make sure that the quality's high. Okay, it is. Yeah. So right here, this is version 3.0. So this is like probably what he's building right now. This is the next version of Freddy. It looks skinnier. Like you can see it looks skinnier than the Freddy that we got. So there's probably another version after this one. And then it says ears to be spring loaded. Spring loaded. If this is the normal Freddy blueprint, right? Like let's say this is FNAF 1 Freddy. This would have to be, that would mean that they aren't following the games. They're like gonna make it to where the FNAF 2 restaurant actually opens after FNAF 1. Because that would be the only way. Because this is in the past when she's younger, and the first animatronic, around that time, the first animatronic that he would be making would be the toy animatronics. But then the wizards do exist, so I'm like, it, which is another reason why I feel like FNAF 2 would exist after, right? It'd be, so basically, to put it in chronological order, when she's younger, he makes the FNAF 1 restaurant. The FNAF 1 restaurant closes down, he opens the FNAF 2 restaurant, where the FNAF 1 animatronics are withered. But it could be that, or maybe there is a third restaurant involved, and we're going to end up getting hints to it in the movie. That would be awesome. There's also blueprints in the background that looks like it could be a building. Oh, hold on. Let's turn that off. But it goes down and it's not going up, so I'm not sure. But, like, this looks like a little, like, decoration or something in, like, a room. And this looks like a, like, hall, like... Bro, oh my gosh, okay. I yap too much, yo. I'm letting y'all know that now. So, yeah, so... This is her house, which she has a nice house, bro. Like, damn. But, like, yeah, so, and then she has this box kind of pushed off to the side in a closet, which is giving a lot of familiarity to the books. So, like I like how, like, FNAF kind of tries to connect things.
We're never gonna be able
A
to
box
move
being
forward.
in a closet, like, where have we seen this trope before? You know, with... Because FNAF 4, I think that box kind of came out of nowhere, but the box was in the closet, if I'm not wrong. So now, here's my theory on this. I think she might be doing some sort of, like, meditation to remember what happened. Because she was saying earlier, you know, that she had nightmares and this and that. She might have seen her father do something, right? Because there's the marbles. You can see she's closing the blinds and she puts on static. That's very important. Because if I'm not wrong, static is a form of meditation. So she closed all the blinds. She puts on static.
The mess you left in
And
your-
then she's placing items on a table. But the toy plane, right? This is the same plane that was in the FNAF 1 movie owned by that one kid that went missing. So I think she's either trying to get in contact with the spirits or she's doing meditation to remember what happened. And you could even see, like, little headphones on the bottom there,
My
too. So that's what I think she's doing there.
father was a monster.
And then, yep, so he grabs a knife
you know
here.
That.
So, and then it cuts. I want to know why he grabs a knife, though, in this scene. I want to know what's going on here. Because, like, okay, he's standing there. He looks a little shocked. Like, he looks shocked. Here's what I'm thinking. This is kind of a crazy theory. One of his endoskeletons might have started moving. Because that does happen in the books, if I'm not wrong. Like one of the endoskeletons do kind of start moving on command. Like, this could be, like, a little cool, like, reference to that. Because you can see he looks shocked by something. There's obviously... This is in his house. There's no one that would... Unless maybe it was an angry parent that, like, suspected him or something. But other than that, I can't see anything breaking into his house at this point. Unless if it was an endoskeleton or maybe a spirit. But yeah, he grabs a knife there. You can see he's like... His face is kind of looking like, who is that? Like, what is going on? Not more of like, he has purpose. And then here, it cuts. And he obviously has purpose here. This is when he's in the restaurant. And can I say, this Spring Bonnie suit looks amazing, dude. This thing looks terrifying. I would hate to see this thing. But yeah, and then this is important too. But let's try to get a little bit of this page first. So there's baby photos. This is Charlie. Come on now. This is obviously Charlie. Like, we know this is Charlie. Because, like, you know, there's the FNAF 2 restaurant. There's baby photos. And then, you know, you flip over. She's older, right? Says, Daddy, I'm sorry you missed my birthday, but I really love my present. I miss our... What? I miss our park. This seems like a coping letter. I feel like he wrote this. I feel like he wrote this out of guilt because I think it's gonna, because, you know, the night in the games that she passes away from William Afton, it's because like Henry wasn't there. I forget what he was doing. I don't think it was ever stated what he was doing, but like, yeah, he wasn't there. So I'm thinking, right, this might be him kind of coping with the loss. And then there's more pictures off to the side here, meaning, you know, we were right, right? He's talking to Henry Emily. This has to be Henry Emily, bro. Like, there's no way it's not.
When those 5 children.
It, and he even knows what happens. He knows about the 5 children. But hold on, let's listen close to what he's saying here. Let's go back.
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing.
So everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until 5 years later when those... So the way she passed, everyone wrote it off as an accident. It was just an accident. But we obviously know that that was not an accident. And now he knows it too after the 5 kids went missing. Now, my curious thing is, what is this photo here? Because you got Freddie, Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, and then you have girl, 2 boys. This could be maybe the spirits, because if you remember pictures, well, I guess not, because these aren't the same kids. Yeah, these aren't the same kids. So maybe it's just kind of a little fun photo. But yeah, so here we go. Freddy Fazbear Pizza grand opening. Now notice, but keep in mind, it says grand opening, not grand reopening. Meaning, I guess I was wrong. This could be, we're going to get a 3rd restaurant. We're definitely going to get a 3rd restaurant then. There's definitely going to be a Fredbear's Family Diner then, because that's the only way that it would make sense for them to have the Wizards. So they are following the games. We are going to get a Fredbear's Diner, which is going to originally, you know, be shut down. And that could be where the accident took place too. Like, it might actually cut back to that 3rd restaurant. The accident might take place there. But yeah, so we have this here, grand opening. I can't read that. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. But yeah, you like to see there's 2 staff members. Like, everyone's kind of posted up for the picture. This is the FNAF 2 location.
Was murdered.
Hold on. Let me listen to this again.
But I knew she was murdered by him.
So I knew she was murdered by him, referring to William Afton. So yeah, so William Afton was obviously the one. A movement equipped. Okay, I can read this. The field of animatronics owes a great deal to the something direction and revolutionary work of William Afton, his pioneering vision for merging technology with entertainment using animatronic robots not only provide a fun experience for kids, but also serves a form of companionship. In addition to his early success in the field of robotics, the opening of his Freddy Fazbear Pizza restaurant, where his where his animatronic characters heavily feature. Okay, so in this universe, he's the one that makes Freddy, Chica, Bonnie. Because it says here, these are his characters. has made him a well-respected member of the local business community as well. Designed to be lifelike, Afton's animatronics and his crowning achievement. It says, in crowning achievement, and have become the star of movement, even voices. Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are brought to life in a way that has never been seen before. Their robots have all become beloved characters that entertain children and adults alike. Okay, so they said never seen before, like never as in like you like know when they come out with something new and they're like, oh, get a look at this in a way you've never seen it before. So I think this is following the third restaurant. I think Freddy Chica Bonnie was originally the TV show, right? And he brought them to life because he obviously had the blueprints. He brings them to life. And that's how Freddy Fazbear Pizza opens. That's the first location after Fredbear's Family Diner. Then it says here, way that he's never been there before. Hold on. From the outside, Freddy Fazbear Pizza is a place of wonderful excitement. Children gather for birthday parties, play games, watch the animatronic characters perform on stage, singing songs and engaging with the guests. And that's another thing. We know that they're talking about FNAF 2 because they engage with the guests. FNAF 1 animatronics obviously don't do that. In full and innovative business, he appears to be a man who has it all. Wealth, respect, and a thriving business. Afton's ambitions don't stop here, though. He is excited about the potential for his future creations. He recently started to experiment with new ideas and technology, backing for blank blank to improve and movements. He always characters is in development. So around this time, he's also experimenting with new animatronics. So this could be the sister location animatronics that they're referring to, which is absolutely insane. But okay, let's continue now. So this scene is interesting, right? You can see there's a lot going on here, right? So first off, the first thing you have to notice, right, is the striped arms, right? Look at the black shirt, white striped arms, and there's this kid on the side who's already crouched down, right? So something happens, he's kneeled down, they're all staring, and she kind of drops down to the ground. He starts lifting his hand. I don't know what he's doing there, but he starts lifting his hand. Here's what I'm thinking, right? The screaming, the tears, the shirt that she's wearing. I'm thinking this might be kind of like a hallucination scene in the sense of like, I don't think the guests are going to see her because I'm like, I don't know. I know like we see them kind of looking, right? Like they all turn over shocked. And now, they're all kind of staring. But something that doesn't make sense though, right, is like, no one's rushing to help her. No one's like you see they're kind of all just staring as she drops to the ground. And this is after she obviously lets him go and he kneels. And they're still kind of all just like looking. I think this is going to be a scene where like it's like she wants to be seen and heard, but like, no one's paying attention. Like they're watching, but they aren't seeing, Now I could be completely wrong on that, but that's my theory. And then yeah, we get the classic trope here of are you going to return? And then it cuts later. She ends up returning. And this might be her friend here. And maybe she's been telling him about like what's been going on. Like, hey, you know, I got this fast talker. It's talking to me this and that. And maybe he's the one who ends up convincing her to go back. So this is the parking lot. So you can see this place has been closed forever. But the power is somehow still on. Keep that in mind. The power is somehow still on. But that place has been closed forever. Grand opening. All right, Freddy Fazbear location, grand open. I wish this could give us a date. I wish that paper gave us a date. But yeah, so that's obviously old. She walks in. This is the FNAF 2 location. Balloon Boy is right there. By the way, I don't know if anyone has seen that, but that's Balloon Boy. Cause there's the little balloon, and I think he rows the boats because this is like, you know, down and like, you know, I guess it would be a kind of a rower. So maybe he rows the boats. But yeah, there's the carousel and everything. And can I say, this reimagining of the FNAF 2 location looks amazing. Like, someone needs to make a fan game using this location. Like, that would be awesome. But yeah, then we have the little boat ride. And then we have the stage, the party area, the same stage from earlier. She's walking up to it. And she looks kind of scared. So she has the fast talker, meaning this is I'm assuming this takes place after the first scene of like, oh, you know, come find us, this and that. Your friends are waiting for you. So this is my theory. This might be after the toy animatronics already left, and this might be her seeing the Wizards. That's my theory. Like, she might be here to see the withered animatronics. Cause this scene right here with the eyes glowing, this is from the first one where she was like behind that window, like you like can even kind of see the like borders here. Because they're making it look like she's behind the curtain, right? Like she's behind the curtain, she walks up, but I don't think she's behind the curtain. I think it cuts to the window scene with Toy Chica. So I think they're already out and moving at this point. Then on December 5th. And then, yeah, so now they're in the restaurant. They're exploring. They're obviously nervous because they're like, yo, like, what are we about to get into? Okay, and here's a interesting part. This is very interesting.
Where are you gonna run to?
Where are you gonna run to? Whose voice is that? Here's my theory. And this is something that FNAF loves to do. If you remember Security Breach, this is something FNAF loves to do. I think this is William Afton speaking. And I think this is from a flashback scene. I think this is when he was chasing that kid down. If you remember, he grabs a knife, he's in the hallway, and he's kind of walking down. I think that's where he says,
Where are you gonna run to?
I think that's him talking to the child that he's chasing. He's like, well, where are you gonna run to? Like, where are you gonna go? There's nowhere for you to go. I think this is just kind of them like looking around. Like, they're looking at the place, they're observing the place, like they're like, okay, where can she be? This is terrifying. So you can see, like, you know, he shut down and he activates. And this is amazing, bro. Like, these toy animatronics are absolutely amazing, dude. But yeah, like, so we got Toy Chica. It seems to be in, like, the back closet area. You got Bonnie in the corner. And his faceplate looks absolutely amazing. And then we got Foxy, right? They all activate. I want to know what this means too. A new set of rules. I wonder what that means. So yeah, and then we got the same clip from the first movie. She's screaming here, right? Like something has her shocked. I think this is Chica because you can like I'm seeing a yellow hue here. I think this is Chica. This is Toy Freddy. So they invade his house. They invade his house. This is later. Then it cuts to them where I think this is when they first broke out. Like this is when they first break out. They aren't targeting kids because it's not in their programming, meaning they're going solely after parents, solely after adults. And in this whole area, notice how it's all kids. It's literally just all kids, which is kind of crazy. Like where are the parents? I don't see a single parent. It's literally just all kids. But yeah, so this poor lady turns around and this seems like a babysitter. I think this is a babysitter because this looks like Mike's house. So sadly, this babysitter gets murked, bro. And then this is probably Abby's school teacher. This man gets done dirty. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to where he acts rude to Abby or like something because that man got done dirty. And then you have. This looks like The Office. This clearly takes place in the pizzeria, but if you notice, there's an opening here, right? There's an opening here, pictures on the walls, and Balloon Boy pops up. His eyes look soulless. I hate that. Like, he actually looks creepy. And then this is obviously back to the first scene where, where he was showing the first people around. Then you have a sick shot of Chica, bro. Like, this looks amazing, dude. You got Freddy in the background. He's still... I can't tell if he's standing, but I think he's sitting. I think he's like, still, like, sitting down and just getting up. Chica's up. Like, she's moving now. And she looks terrifying, bro. Like, imagine seeing this, bro. Like, nah. Like, someone has to make a fan game with the animatronics looking like this, bro. But yeah, and then you, like, have a scared couple. There's obviously an animatronic that invaded their house. And then you have the mangle chase scene. I don't have much to comment here. I mean, it's just it's a chase scene. It's sick. I love it. And if you notice, like, they did add the little blue eyes. Now, why they made it blue as opposed to white, I'm not sure. But I'm not entirely upset by it. It could be maybe because, they aren't possessed and they want to make it clearer, like something like... It could be a lot of things, but I don't mind, the blue eye as opposed to the white. And then look at how big this hand is, bro. That hand is huge. But yeah, so like, she's screaming, trying not to get grabbed. And then we finally have it cut to Foxy. This is the same area that Balloon Boy was in. Guaranteed. Because if you notice, the pictures are in the same spot. This is the opening. Meaning, they're gonna do the trope of Balloon Boy laughing, maybe stealing the batteries or something, and then Foxy attacks. They are doing that trope. And Foxy looks amazing, dude. Like, this literally looks exactly like they did amazing on the Withers. They did amazing on the toy animatronics too, but the toy animatronics, aren't really too scary. And this could be the opening scene of the movie. It could start with someone in the office, Balloon Boy pops up, and then Foxy attacks, and then that's when it cuts to the title sequence of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Because we're obviously going to get an opening scene. We got one in the first movie with a security guard. I think this is going to be the second opening scene. But yeah, that's it. I just accidentally clicked on like a whole nother video. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. I'm not going to be surprised if this ends up being like 30 minutes long because of, freaking... Yeah, I just sat here yapping. But yeah, like... I'm really excited for this. So we got 1 month left. roughly, and I think it's like the 5th. So we have exactly 30 days left for this movie, or like 31. I don't know, 30 or 31. I'm hyped for it, bro. Like, I definitely cannot wait. I like that they're doing green and red because, like, that's around the time of Christmas. So I think that's why they're doing the green and red. But yeah, like, with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree with like some points, or if you point something out that I haven't seen. But yeah, like, just let me know. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share if you'd like to see more. Like always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.